From CNBC Global Headquarters, this is Wake Up Call.
Now that Hurricane Rita has lashed her fury on the Gulf Coast, the process of recovery and reconstruction is just beginning. And with the insurance industry already reeling from Katrina's destruction, many are asking if the stressed sector will be able to shoulder Rita-related costs. For Insight and Analysis, we're joined by John Scirocco, CEO of Scirocco Group. There's the perception out there that the government foots the bill in the end for a lot of this damage. Is that the case, or is that wrong?
Well, to some extent, the government will be involved. I mean, what you're seeing is an industry that currently has approximately $400 billion in surplus to pay future claims. And the effect of both of these hurricanes is going to be excess of $60 billion to $70 billion, at least at this time. There's one component to this, though, that I think is relatively significant, is the impact of what is deemed to be uninsured claims that possibly the Mississippi Attorney General is looking to overturn and possibly have the insurance companies foot the bill contractually where they're not responsible.
But we always hear about how much damage this is going to do to the insurance industry. They've collected a lot of premiums to get to this point. I mean, can't they afford to pay for this based on all the premiums?
They, in a global sense, the answer is yes. The capacity is there. But what you're going to see are individual carriers, regional companies are going to be impacted severely as a result of this and be forced to raise rates significantly. One of the other issues that they have to contend with are the rating agencies such as AM Best, Fitch, S&P that may issue some downgrades and warnings as a result of the balance sheet adjustments that are happening at this time.
So what do you think the industry impacts are, I guess, both in the way of capacity and pricing, and then also does it lead down the road, because of those things you just mentioned, to greater concentration and consolidation of the industry?
Absolutely, Mike. I think one of the issues, too, that has to be looked at is the cost of reinsurance. That's going to take a major effect upon these national and regional carriers, such as Gen Re and some of the others that come back and charge back for their losses that they're reinsuring to these carriers. So that cost is going to be turned back to the insurance companies, back to the consumer, and potentially indirectly or directly through some governmental programs and go potentially that route.
Can there be an upside over time? Because you said they're able to raise premiums. We were talking earlier about trying to get some pricing leverage in the insurance industry. Do they get more leverage over time? And do people buy more insurance as a result of seeing the destruction?
I feel that the consumer, in this case the insurance consumer, especially the personal insured, is going to have to become better educated on what the policies cover and don't cover. They're going to have to be able to absorb the impact of increases, limited coverage potential, and they're going to have to probably go out to the marketplace in a different venue in the future, such as through various wind pools, whether it's Texas or Louisiana now setting up or potentially setting up these various governmental wind pools that have to be subsidized.
Will there be more places you think that you can't get insurance?
Absolutely, yes. It's going to be limited. I think the average business owner, today as brokers, we go out to the marketplace to place the coverage. And right now, I think the average business owner is going to have a much more difficult time in getting this coverage placed post-January 1.
Just to get back to the Mississippi Attorney General's move, do you think that that's a localized issue, or is there kind of broad-based support for trying to get these uninsured claims covered?
Think about the consequence of that. If that does go through in that jurisdiction, what's to say it can't go through in Texas and other states during other hurricanes and other situations where the claims are uninsured?
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thanks for joining us, John Scirocco of the Scirocco Group.